hello, and welcome back to Dumb Ideas. Now, this week, I have a guest with me. Why don't you come on in? It's Aaron Clabough! Woo!
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
I'm not wearing my shoes.
Oh, that's okay.
All right. So, first, I can give you a little bit of an introduction. Aaron is a writer, an actor sometimes, a brother most of the time, an uncle, and a father. I'm kidding. He's not a father.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, he writes all kinds of stuff. Multimedia writer, actually. Books, scripts, songs, poems. He's truly a poet.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome. I think that's all he does. he plays the piano sometimes.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. So, would you like to give yourself any more of an introduction than what I already
No,
did?
I think you covered it all.
All right. So, I have some questions here.
Okay.
For you. Now, starting off, I wouldn't say simple,
Wait,
but...
We're going to do a dumb idea.
Oh, yeah. Wait, first. First, this is something I like to do on my show. It's called Dumb Idea of the Week. All right?
Oh, I have heard of this, yeah.
So, and you're the dumbest of all my guests, so I'm ready for you to have a good one.
Oh.
But I can just start with mine,
Okay.
just out of courtesy. The other day, a while ago, I ordered some fries from Taco Bell. And I was eating them, but I didn't finish it because it was really late and I was tired. So they were just sitting by my bed. And then every day for like a week, I ate a fry off there. I didn't even put it in the fridge or nothing. It was just on my bedside table. And every once in a while, I got hungry for a little fry.
Oh my gosh.
Don't worry, I threw it away now.
After you ate them.
Most of them.
You, that's so
It would just taste like a cold fry. But by the last one, it was yucky.
Ew.
Yeah. All right, so what's yours?
I really honestly don't think it's gonna top that. Okay, so this past week, I don't remember which day, I think it was like Friday or Saturday night, I came down to the basement to edit, and I walked in and the whole like surrounding area of the desk where all the most important things of ever are was completely flooded, like water everywhere, and there was literally a pool of water on the ground, and it was still like dripping from the ceiling. And this has happened once before in the same exact spot, like during season 1, and we were like, what is that? And then we were like, it's coming from where the fridge is, but there's no like wetness up by the fridge. It's like just like there.
Down here.
So my parents were like, must not be the fridge. And I was like, I think it's the fridge. But anyways. But luckily the first time nothing got like ruined or anything, and like we were just like, all right, time to go about our day again after a whole lake fell on our basement. So we kept everything in the exact same spot. And then it happened again this last week. And this time it definitely looked bigger, like the water percentage.
That is so strange.
Yeah. And it got on like my new like expensive keyboard, and it was like literally in there. And I was like, this is going to be so sad for me because it's probably not going to work. But thankfully everything worked again.
That's so good.
Yeah. But
that's so good. We would have to delay production for a while.
Yeah. If the computer got damaged, thankfully it's like under the desk. then literally I would give up everything and
Mm-hmm.
never be seen in the light of day again.
Well, so now we're gonna not keep it there.
Yeah, we're moving. Well, we're gonna be moving a lot of the stuff, but we can get more into that next week. Just stay
Mm-hmm.
tuned.
Stay tuned. All right. So I've got a few questions here. I believe I have 14 cards for you. All right. Question number 1 is classic. Okay. What would you say is your biggest inspiration for your writing?
Whoa.
Now, you could say for your writing, for your musicals, for your books, or your songs, anything. You can pick one and
Well, I
share that.
have a pretty generic answer
Okay.
for just all. My biggest inspiration from writing and honestly just creating in general is I will just want to make people feel something.
Mm.
And I think the biggest thing is when I watch TV or read books or see anything that someone created, I'm always so inspired and I'm like, wow, they like did that themselves and they like have like such a like a creative mind and like I want to make someone feel the way I feel when I see a
Mm.
creation and that's like inspired and that's the only word I thought of.
That's good.
But I want to make people feel inspired from my work.
Nice. I think that's beautiful. Um, yes. Is there a specific thing? Is there a specific feeling that you want to invoke? Like just overall, like that's like that you, is there a specific thing that you want to inspire them to do?
Mm, create,
Okay.
make a
Beautiful.
change, maybe.
That's great. Okay. Now, if you wrote a horror slash thriller version of your life, okay,
Okay.
who would be the villain
Whoa.
or what?
Hmm.
Because it could also be a concept.
Right. The villain. Wow, that's hard.
Yeah. I guess it could just be this chapter of your life because it's hard to pick one big bad for all 21 years.
True. Yeah. Um. I'm just gonna go with the first answer that came into my mind, and I think that's gonna be like this is gonna sound this these answers get so like deep sounding, but
Well,
they're not really.
that's
But
okay. That's okay.
like I was thinking like myself that I don't want to be.
Okay.
Cause like I feel like I'm always perceived as like this narcissistic manipulator
Mhm.
by people who don't know me. And so I think the villain would be that version of myself that doesn't
Okay.
exist.
So kind of like, yeah. Okay.
Because I think that's what I hate most about like my like world, I guess, and like life
Mhm.
is I'm scared that I'm like that
Mhm.
because so many people have believed that and told me that.
Yeah.
And so I think that would be the villain.
Okay. So like as a different entity, or would it be like you're the main character and you're like people are saying that you're doing these bad things, like people are dying and they're saying it was you, and but you're like, I don't remember doing that. So would it be like that?
I think it would be that, but like because it's like, like movie and stuff, there has to be like an answer. So I think it would be like supernatural too.
Right.
So I think like yes, the killer is like everyone's like pointing fingers at me,
Hmm.
but like it's not me the whole time, even
Like
though
a
it's very
mimic or something
yeah.
that looks like you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. Good answer. Good answer. Good answer. Can you yodel?
Probably not.
Please try.
Hmm. Why would you do this? I don't think I can yodel only because my voice is too like I can't get my register that high.
Well, that's what a yodel is just a voice crack. It's like music with voice cracks.
But with good controlled voice
Specific
cracks.
voice cracks. Can you just give us a little snippet of just a little try?
I don't even know how to yodel.
Just do like what freaking Jesse does in
The yodelahi who.
yeah, go.
If I did this to you, you wouldn't. Okay. It's also the morning time.
Yeah.
Um
Maybe pull the mic a little away from you when you're
yeah,
about to do
so
it.
true.
I believe in you. This is to get the mood going. Okay.
Yeah. Yodelahi.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow. If I ever need a yodeler,
I guess I found a new talent.
if I ever need a yodeler, I know who to call.
Yeah.
What is a fact about you that you think might scare new people away? So something that is true that you think that if someone new found out, like first day meeting you, that they wouldn't come back.
Whoa. The first thing that came to my mind was the thing I feel like is part of the biggest part of myself, which is like vaguely my how passionate I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's how like because I'm so I don't want to say like I'm a perfectionist because I don't really think I am that much because there are things that I like genuinely just don't care about. But I think things
I will say, I think saying that is being a perfectionist. Because you're saying, because like you don't think that's a good enough answer because you need to find the perfect one. So,
okay, then maybe my
just say.
perfectionism. But I feel like that's not um like an individual me thing because so many people have perfectionism.
That's okay. It's still a trait. But
Yeah,
would you like to get into why you think that would
I just think
scare somebody away?
yeah, I think it's because I'm always been so perfectionist about how things look, which sounds very like materialistic, but I think that's the word, right?
Maybe. I don't know where you're going with this.
Like just like that sounds very starts with a V. Like vain
Okay.
because it's not about how I don't know how to explain it. It's like everything in like this one thing has to have I'm very big on vibes.
Yeah.
And so everything has to match the vibe that I'm feeling right now. And if it doesn't, then I'll be anxious about it
Okay.
and stressed about it. So like the room literally has to like if like I'm feeling a vibe, the room has to match that. And like the outfit has to match that. And like the way the things we're doing has to match that.
Hmm.
So like everything has to like match in my life.
Very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, I'm a very like my life has to be aesthetic.
Wow.
And like pretty much I'm always listening to music any chance I get. If I'm not listening to music, it's because the person I'm with doesn't want to.
Do you think that's like an insecurity thing or just purely something that you like?
I really don't know. I
Never
don't
thought about that.
think it's insecurity. I think it's just something. I think it's want. I think it came from wanting. Okay, it came from two things. I
Okay.
think. I think it comes from perfectionism because like every. I guess I'm just learning that about myself right now. And I also think it comes from wanting my life to be more interesting.
Okay.
So
So
I guess
you
that could be an insecurity, but
that's I don't know if that's the correct word, but I think that's what I meant.
I also don't
Was
think wanting your life to be more interesting and then making it interesting should be an insecurity. I think that's
okay.
just
You know,
making your life more interesting.
that's completely fair. I think you're allowed to do that. I just didn't know
Because
if
then
it
that
was
means
a
every time you
but okay, no
want
no.
to make something happy, that's now
No,
an
but
insecurity.
it's the motivation for it. It's do you want it to be more interesting because you are bored or because you are worried about what other people are thinking when
Oh,
they
it's
look in?
definitely because I'm bored.
Right. So then that's not so then that's it's not because of an insecurity then,
Right.
which that was the question.
Because whenever I'm doing it, it's not like it needs to be done or I'll feel like down or depressed or sad about it. It's just I try all the time to make things match.
Yeah. And I mean it makes my life more interesting when you do that.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that fact about you.
I
So.
also think that's why I have so many playlists because I have a playlist for every vibe I create in my head.
Yes. And I long for that, but I'm not patient enough to do that myself.
Like literally every time I like unlock a new vibe in my mind, it's like it has to have a playlist to match it.
That's great.
So yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that would scare somebody away from you.
I think with
Maybe it depends on how intense you are
because
with it,
sometimes
explaining it to somebody.
yeah, because sometimes I can get intense with things having to match.
A little. A little. Okay. You wrote the musical 17.
Hmm.
What are some things you would do if you had an unlimited budget for production?
Whoa. Hmm. Well, 17 doesn't really require like too much
That's okay. Like,
anyways, so it's like not going to be anything like crazy, but obviously the set was probably the first thing that came to my mind
okay.
and like the venue.
Right.
So like probably definitely like a great like auditorium and like theater with a good big stage.
Like revolving set that like moves.
No.
Oh. But like the kind that like maybe not revolving, but
I think
like big
honestly
giant
I've
set pieces.
never thought about how I with like no budget want the set to look because I think in my head when I was writing it and whenever I like even now every time I thought about it it's just been so $0 budget
Right.
that like that never came to my mind because it's like not worth to think about because it's gonna be very very
Minimalistic.
minimalistic.
Okay, so then if you had an unlimited budget and no and like you're about to write a show. You're about to write a show and you know that you're going to have as much money as you want. What would be some things that you would like to include in this show to really get to make it as awesome as you can be
Mm-hmm.
and there's no limitations
Yeah.
literally.
um I think whenever like Broadway has like giant like mechanical like puppets. I
Mm.
think that's really cool. So I think I would definitely go more like fantasy with it, because
Mhm.
I feel like there's not too many fantasy musicals, and
Okay.
I think there should be more. And I think that it's would be so fun whenever like there's like magic on stage. Like literally, why are there not like freaking like dragons and wizards and just magical musicals?
Yeah, that'd be
Like
really cool.
there are, but like there's not as many as like you would
There's
think.
not enough.
Yeah. So there's definitely I have like concepts in my mind of what
Okay. Wait, that's cool.
kind of musicals would be cool.
Okay, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
For when you're a writer for Broadway
Right.
and producer and director.
Mm-hmm.
Or
That what that said?
if you started a cult, what would your big rules be? Like the core beliefs, restrictions, or required activities?
Oh.
Now, it doesn't have to, you don't have to be like a good person.
Right. Well, yeah. Um, I think that would kind of go back to my aesthetic problem.
Okay.
I think that everyone. See, I don't think it would be fun for even me to have everyone like match, like that we're all wearing the same outfit kind of thing. But like, I think that like daily there's gonna be a vibe that we all have to match together.
Okay. Like it changes.
It can change whenever,
Okay.
but it's whatever vibe is being felt that day that everyone has to match that vibe
Okay. So
with
what
their outfits, and we can only listen to the music that matches that vibe.
you play that through the speakers, like the
Yes.
the town speakers.
Mm-hmm.
So what would your belief system be?
The belief system would be Mother Nature.
Okay. Shoot, okay. Good answer. I feel like that's kind of the only thing you can say that's not sadistic. Good one.
Mother Nature and like crystals.
Okay.
You know,
Cute.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm 0% into that at all.
Yeah.
But if I started a cult, that would probably be what it would be.
Okay. Fun. I feel like that's like the least morally wrong.
Yeah.
One. If you're like
It's
we're
like
forced to start a cult,
right. If someone was like, start a cult.
then you were like, all right, it's gonna be about crystals and
Yeah.
Mother Nature.
So yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Would you have
And I
any-
guess because it's a cult, I have to be like a big part of it.
Right.
And I started it, so like, you know, I'm just son nature.
What?
I'm Mother Nature's son.
Right. Your son Nature.
So I have like, you know, nature powers.
What can
And
you
I
do?
have the most powerful crystals.
What can you do?
Anything.
You have nature.
Nature powers. I literally control
But how would you like
the earth.
how would you like
Show that. Prove it.
prove that you can do that?
Manifesting.
Okay. But it's a cult, so
Yeah,
It's
anyone
not-
who joins a cult is delusional.
right, that's what I'm saying. It's a cult. Oh, okay, you're saying that they're going to believe it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just tell them and they're like, right.
Right. Okay. All right. Now let's take a break from questions and do a game that I like to
Okay.
do. It is called Guess the Song.
Oh,
Pretty simple. My assistant over there is going to hum the tune to a song, and we have to guess the song.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm playing also.
Okay.
Okay, whenever you're ready, Shonda,
Why can't her name just be Carly?
because I chose it. Whenever you're ready, Carly. Why are you so muffled? Why are you humming like that?
We have to restart. Okay.
You could also do some doo-doos.
Yeah, you can do doo-doos.
Okay.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do do.
Sorry, I need to stop laughing. Okay.
Don't look at her.
Okay.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Oh my gosh.
Do I know this song?
I bet this is really bad.
Do 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 do
Do,
do.
do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh, I thought it was do, do.
Do 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 do. Is it Olivia Rodrigo? Dang it! She really sounded it with that do.
But it's like very like short, like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try this part again, then I'll move on to something else. Okay.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Is it Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift? Oh my gosh, I got it! I knew it sounded so familiar. That part sounded so familiar from the beginning, and I just couldn't freaking figure it out.
I wasn't even in the ballpark of Taylor Swift. I was stuck on Olivia Rodrigo.
I might hum this one.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is Love, Cinderella?
Yeah. You were just doing the song. She does hum in it. She goes.
That's what the game is.
I can do different.
She hums in the song. Is what I'm saying.
I can do 6.
Oh, true.
So what? That's just the song.
Yeah.
Dang, you got that quick.
I know. I figured that one would be kind of easy because. Like,
Yeah.
Cinderella. Okay.
I was kind of distracted.
So familiar. Do it again. Somewhere Only We Know.
Wow, he's good at this.
Yeah. We curate this segment for the guests, not me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great.
So I don't know these songs.
You don't know any of them?
No.
Only
Ready,
me?
guys?
Yes.
Mhm. It's Carrie Underwood. Before He Cheats.
Oh.
Yes!
Yeah, I knew.
I'm just kidding. I know all these songs.
Maybe the do-do-dos are harder? Maybe
I
should do-
think so.
Because we're stuck in the word do do.
Yeah,
We're not thinking of the
because
tune.
it with the hums, it sounds more like.
More like the song.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do a do-do-dos next
Oh, she's doing doo doos after we just
No.
had that whole conversation.
one. No, because don't you want it harder?
She loves do do's.
Okay.
Secret, Joshua Bassett.
Aaron with 4 points. Germy with 1.
Germy.
Is that what you said?
Jeremy.
You call me Germy.
This is the last one. Should I make it more points than just 1?
Yeah, this last one takes the cake. If you
Oh.
get this one,
No,
you win.
I don't like when they pin that.
If you get this one, you win. Just do it.
Sounded so familiar.
Can you do it again?
It's different. I just continued on.
Oh.
Okay.
This last one's worth 3 points, so either Jeremy can tie or Aaron will lead with a lot.
Can you do that? The first one again?
This feels like I never heard it before.
Jeremy has heard this before.
I think it's coming to me. I just don't know the name. Rolling in the Deep.
No.
I'm close though. I know it.
Hello?
Rumor has it. Yes.
Whoa. I haven't heard that song in a million years.
I know. It sounded like 2010 songs, and
Wait,
so I was going through.
What are the words to that part?
She ain't real. She ain't gonna be able to love you like I will.
She's getting it.
He is a stranger. You and I have history. Now don't you remember? Sure, she's got it all.
Wow.
I have never heard that before. But that's congratulations, Aaron. You won the
She
game.
wants
Can
to
you
keep
pause?
singing.
I have to tell them. Okay, so since I'm the score checker here, Aaron has 7 points. Jeremy has 1 point.
Congratulations, Aaron has won the game.
Thank you.
No one's ever beaten me before.
Really?
Yeah. I literally reigned victorious.
Wow.
But not anymore,
Not anymore.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, good game.
Yeah. What is a nickname you would never want to be called?
Ron. And I get called it daily.
Still? At work?
Yeah.
Who called you that?
A couple people.
Tell them to stop.
Well, I make it known that I don't like it.
So then do they do it because you don't like it?
Yeah. One of them does, I think.
Mm. Yeah, that's interesting.
But
Do you not like it because it was just so common and like...
yeah, and I didn't really find that video funny in the first place.
Yeah.
And then just the second people... It's not even like when they know my name's Aaron. It's when they know how it's spelled that they start saying that. Because
That's...
Well, when it first started, Aaron was just like Aaron, no matter how it was spelled.
Right.
But now, it's only when they figure out how it's spelled.
Probably because they forgot about that video and they're like, how do you spell it? Oh, A.
Yeah. Anytime
Ron.
someone's like, how do you spell your name? I'm like, Aaron. And they're like, oh, Aaron. And I'm like,
Yep. And then you cry.
yeah, literally.
So then, on the other side, what would you like to be called?
Ronnie.
Do you want that or?
No, I don't think because I definitely like tried that nickname for a while and like it was just odd sometimes. But like it's a cute nickname
Mm-hmm.
to be called. And like it's different. And my whole life I've always wanted a nickname because like a lot of people I knew had nicknames and I don't know, I just thought nicknames were fun.
It's a cute, like, endearing thing when someone gives you a nickname.
Yeah. And so I've always been like, literally, where can I find a nickname? And I've had 2 nicknames that stuck. Not like really, but one actually wasn't. Well, neither were created by me, but one was Ari, like Ariana, but me.
Well, that makes sense for your name.
Yeah. That one stuck with more just one person, but like
Yeah.
a few people kind of called me that for a short term of time. And then Ronnie was the other one that came about because I was looking for a nickname, but someone else mentioned that, and I was like, I love that.
I love that.
I like that. And then I tried having people call me Ronnie, but like not many people did, and it just felt forced. And like I don't know. That's probably why I didn't like it, is because it felt forced.
Yeah, that's how I feel every single time I've tried to do a nickname because I'm the same way. I love the idea of having someone call me a nickname.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole reason I like that is because it's something that they came up with
Mm-hmm.
and they're wanting to call you that. And so coming up with your own nickname kind of defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah.
But also, I just didn't, yeah, it did feel like really forced. And I don't like the idea of somebody doing something because I asked them to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so calling me something different, like it just made me so, it made me feel bad anytime anyone would do that.
Yeah.
So I appreciate nicknames if they're given to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because like even when Carly calls me Janet, um, that it's hilarious because it makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I really do like when she does it
Yeah.
because it's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
you felt like doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, kiss, marry, kill. Chris Pratt, Chris Evans, or Chris Hemsworth.
Wow. Mary. Chris Pratt, Chris Evans, and Chris Hemsworth.
Yes, you can't marry all of them.
No. Okay. Kiss. Wait, what was it? Kiss. What?
Marry, kill.
Kiss, marry, kill.
Yeah.
That sounds like wrong right now.
Well, it's the PG version.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying the order. Like for some reason, it sounds wrong. Kiss Chris Hemsworth,
Okay.
marry Chris Evans, and kill Chris Pratt.
That would be my answer too.
Unfortunately, even though I love Chris Pratt, but
Yeah. I mean, you gotta kill one of them.
yeah, I like Chris Evans too much.
Okay. What is the very first thing you would do if you won the lottery?
Oh my gosh. The very buy a house.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say that. Yeah. I mean, kind of
Like I
point blank.
yeah, like you literally can't. Like I would buy a house.
Yeah.
I would okay. I would move to. I would buy a house in L.A.
Okay.
Move to L.A.
Into the
Buy
house you just bought.
both our dream cars, and then build my parents' a house here.
Cute. Cute. And then, yeah, that's so fun.
Order of that. Me first, then them.
You first and then. Yeah, I mean, they already have a house.
Right.
It's good.
I mean, it can all happen like at the same time, because like it's not like that money is like going anywhere.
Right. Sure, you can just do it all at once.
So like we can like build a house while I'm searching for the house.
Yeah.
So maybe while I'm searching for the house, I would buy the car.
Right, so you can have a means of transportation to search for the house.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can, yeah.
Okay. Who's on top? Bert or Ernie?
Oh, Ernie, for sure. Are you kidding me? Ernie is definitely 1,000,000%.
The top?
Yeah.
I love how offended you were that I made that question, and then you answered it immediately.
100%.
Okay. Cool. Simple. This one you can give a few answers.
Okay.
But what are you most proud of
Whoa.
that you've achieved?
Just
like
out of everything in the world?
Mhm. And I guess you don't have any kids, so you can't be like, I'm proud of my children.
Wouldn't even be. Just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm most proud of the person I am.
Okay. Good answer.
Like, I'm most proud of myself.
Let's go into that a little deeper. I only have 2 questions left. So, so yeah, what about yourself are you most proud of?
Well, we've talked about this a few times in the
Mhm.
past. Like, me younger, I was like, so I feel like not in control of my um self, I guess. I don't know. But like I was like controlling, and I was like just kind of like a mean, bossy person and all that stuff. And uh when I like acknowledged that, I like actually just like was like, okay, I'm not gonna do that anymore. And then I like stopped. Obviously not cold turkey, but
Right.
like I knew, like, it was crazy to like be aware of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was like the craziest thing, is like just being aware of what you're doing,
Yeah.
and that it's also possible to do.
Right. I mean, that's like, I believe, like the actual definition of maturing
Mm-hmm.
is like realizing that you are in control of your actions.
Yeah.
They don't just happen. You
Mhm.
make them happen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think my confidence and the way I, obviously I'm not just like always just like proud of myself all the time. I'm like, yeah, I do everything right, and I'm like the perfect person I could ever be.
mhm.
But like, and that's also part of why I'm proud of who I am, is because I know that.
Yeah. And I think that's totally okay.
I feel like every like day I just get more and more in tune with like myself and the world.
That's good. I love that.
There's like off days, of course, but like that's also
Well,
part of the growing.
yeah. I mean, knowing how to be a good person and wanting to be a good person is what makes you a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Because just because, okay, kind of hot take, honestly. Because you can still do things that are incorrect and you can still be a good person at heart.
Yeah.
You still have consequences to your actions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just because you're a good person doesn't mean you can get away with doing bad things.
Yeah.
But you still, because like you'll still feel like regret and stuff for doing those things,
Mm-hmm.
which I believe
Yeah.
makes you a good person in your mind. But just doing bad things. Like, I mean, you can just be like the best person ever on the inside, but still doing horrible, horrible things. But I mean, that doesn't mean anybody has to like you.
True.
But like, but also I think that's important to be proud of yourself
Mm-hmm.
because it's not conceited to look back at
you're a
how
good
far
person.
you've come. Yeah, no way. I mean, if nobody thought they were a good person, this whole world would be depressed.
Yeah.
And that's not a world I want to live in.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm proud of myself sometimes, but there's like, yeah, that guilt of being like, well, why do I think so highly of myself? But it's kind of a compromise. You have to give yourself the win sometimes.
Yeah. Most of the time.
Most of the time. You have to give yourself the win a lot of the times.
Because no one else will.
Yeah, because if you can't
If you
live
can't
with yourself.
love yourself, no one is gonna love you.
Yeah. If you can't live with yourself, no, like it's gonna be really tough for anyone else too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's something that I'm learning every single day.
Yeah.
Did you want to keep this one?
Why?
Honestly, I have no clue. Just thought you might. Okay, if you could choose your last words, what would they be?
That's hard because I would want my last words to be something so dramatic and like cinematic,
Mm-hmm.
but also at the same time, I would be like, that's so cringe in the moment.
It's not cringy. Cause you'd be like a okay. So think about this. You are a world famous playwright. Okay. You've got books. You've got musicals. You've got songs. Everyone knows you. You're old and you're laying in the deathbed. Okay. Everyone knows you and loves you. What would be your last words? Maybe like a quote from yourself,
No.
like one of your books.
I don't know if I'm gonna come up with the word for word.
That's all right. Okay. So just like a concept.
Like, I think I want it to be something. I don't know.
Little does
Like,
he
I think it would
know.
be funny to, like, say something that's, like, so questioning. Like, if I say it and they're like, what does that mean? That's so, like,
Like I did it for
vague.
Johnny.
Yeah, something like that. Or, like, it's hidden in the. And then I die. Or, like,
That would drive me insane, I think.
yeah, it's so funny.
But having this conversation, obviously, like I would know you were lying. But if you, out of the blue, out of literally nowhere, having no previous conversations about a hidden anything, and then you say it's hidden in the, and then die, I would, I think that would drive me to go insane. Like I think actually, because I would be like, what is
Mm-hmm.
like your fortune, us like your secret journal?
Yeah. That, or maybe I would do a quote, but, like, not by me.
Okay, who do you think you would quote?
I don't know, something that means something that means something
Like an artist?
to me and, like, the people I know. Like,
Oh, okay, okay. Like a callback.
yeah, kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, it wouldn't be, but,
Your
like,
last word is poopy blast.
oh
And
my
then you die.
like, it wouldn't be like an inside joke.
Or you go, my dumb idea was thinking I would live to 102. And then you die.
Wow, that would be crazy.
Or no, my dumb idea was thinking I would live another minute. And then
Uh,
you die.
like, the I don't actually really remember the quote, but wait, maybe I do.
Okay.
It's like, whatever. It's just the first thing that popped into my mind. But, and that one Riverdale quote that's like, and for a moment we were just teenagers, like, something, something.
Oh my gosh. When is that? The last episode? When they die?
No, that's like the first season.
The first episode?
Or maybe like the end of season 1. Like, because they were like in Pops.
They were
And
in
it's
pop
like,
and like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and for a
Yeah.
moment we were just teenagers doing something.
Yeah. I do recall what you're talking about.
Oh, it'll probably be like a Bonnie and Clyde quote.
What quotes do they have?
It'll probably be like, I don't know. Like something Bonnie and Clyde esque. maybe not literally Bonnie and Clyde, but like, but it's death for Bonnie and Clyde, or like this world will remember us, or like
remember me, and then you die. You sing it.
I would not sing my last words. I would die before I sang my last words.
Okay. Okay. This is the last question that I have prepared.
Okay.
If you could marry anyone at any point in time, who is it?
That is.
Yeah, like you had to get married and stay together for the rest of your life. You could take a gamble and say someone from history that you don't actually know, or a celebrity that you also don't know, or you could say someone from your current life. And take a gamble that they won't be scared.
There'd be. There's like almost too many answers.
We'll share them all. We've got time.
Um. Courtney Miller from
Good.
Smosh.
Yeah. Classic answer. Classic answer.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she sees this.
Me too. Um. Kate Connor.
Marry him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Elvis Presley.
Okay. Elvis Presley. There's an answer. Who was he as a person?
Not a good person.
Oh. You just like him because he's hot?
But he was like rich and stuff, and he was like Elvis Presley.
True. He was Elvis Presley.
So like, freaking, why not? And if it's my choice, he has to marry me.
True, because this is like a universe that you're controlling.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. This mustache actually is really uncomfortable.
I was trying to think of like history people that I find like attractive or like fun.
It's kind of hard to find history people attractive because their paintings were not. But also, I know that a lot of them didn't actually look like their portraits.
Maybe I would freaking marry like a king because like back in that day, so crazy.
Oh my gosh. Well, depends on how far back you go. It's less crazy the farther back you go.
Oh. I would marry an Egyptian pharaoh.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, that's just your answer. Like
Throw all
point,
the rest away.
Wow.
Egyptian pharaoh.
Just any?
Any of them.
Okay. Nice. What's your specific reason?
Because
that just sounds awesome.
Yeah, that sounds sick. If I think, at least right now, I don't know why, but it's just the vibe I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Right now, if I could time travel, I would go back to ancient Egypt.
Whoa. That's the thing I learned about most in school. Like, that's the most thing that my history books wanted to teach me about.
I think, because literally imagine being married to the pharaoh of
Yeah.
Egypt.
Were they were just kings, basically, right? Like, they didn't
I
have,
think
like,
so.
any...
Yeah. Like, just like the king of Egypt is the pharaoh.
Right, okay. Did you know there was a woman pharaoh?
Cleopatra?
No, but pharaoh.
Cleopatra was a pharaoh.
Okay, but she was called king. Like, she was, like, addressed by all the male terms.
Oh, yeah, I did know that.
I'm not talking about Cleopatra.
But also Cleopatra was a pharaoh.
Okay, well, I meant the man. I meant, like, she was a pharaoh? Like, that's the name
Cleopatra, yes.
of, like, the... I don't know all the, like, technical words.
That's, like, why she's
okay, no,
so
I know.
popular is because she was a woman pharaoh.
Okay, well, the other one. I was talking about the other one. Maybe there's a million of them.
There's probably so many.
I'm talking about the one that was, like, addressed as, like, king. Like, as a man.
Mm.
Maybe that's not true. I learned about it on a TikTok video.
Maybe King Tut.
King Tut. Wasn't he like 12?
Maybe when he I don't think so.
Yeah, he was really young when he died.
Not King Tut.
Yes.
Not King Tut.
Yes.
Not King Tut.
Yes.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, huh?
Not that one.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I thought he just started when he was like 12, but like he was
He
like
died
the
when he was
longest
young.
reigning pharaoh or
No.
something.
No, he actually was like a really bad pharaoh, and he's only famous because he's one of the only mummies we actually found.
Why were there pictures of him being not 12 then?
Oh, at the age of 18 or 19 when he died.
Got her.
Oh my gosh. In 1234 BC. No, 1324.
In 1234 BC.
I thought it was 1234. It's 1324.
Yeah, that would be
1324 BC.
Freaking sick.
Yeah.
What would you be titled as if you're the pharaoh's lover?
What is the pharaoh's spouse called? The great royal wife or chief king's wife.
Freaking
Or
the great
husband.
royal wife.
Yeah. Okay. Why is King Tut famous? Well, Tutankhamun wasn't an especially important king, but his tomb was the only royal burial found intact in modern times. The tomb was important because it let archaeologists record what an Egyptian king's tomb looked like and learned more about ancient Egypt.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's only important to us because he taught us
Mm-hmm.
about them, but he was not important to them. He was bad.
Yeah. It said he was bad?
Well, he said he was not especially important.
Right, that doesn't mean he was a bad pharaoh.
Right, I thought I learned elsewhere that he was King Tut bad at his job. The only thing that's coming up is the AI overview, so I'm not gonna answer that. I'm not gonna read that, so we'll never know. Okay, I was gonna have my last question be this, but I didn't do it, but I'll do it now, okay? What question did you wish I was gonna ask you? What question were you hoping to answer?
To be honest, I literally didn't think about this episode at all.
But like even during the episode, like was there a question that you were hoping was gonna come up?
Like literally being so real, there was not a single question that I was like hoping for or like wanting.
Okay, interesting. I feel like usually whenever I'm being asked a lot of questions, there's usually like one that I'm like something that I'm really proud of that I want to talk
Yeah,
about.
Usually, and like I even came up with this episode.
Yeah.
But like I barely thought about this episode leading up to it, and during I still was, I don't know, like there was just nothing in my head. I think it's because my brain has been so occupied this like last like week. What are
Yeah.
you looking at?
The camera.
Why?
I wanted to. I'm just looking at him.
Why like that?
I don't know.
Well, I was talking to you.
I'm listening.
Why are you wearing your PJs under that?
Where do you see that? Because these pants are too big. I didn't want them slipping down.
But anyways, my brain has been so occupied this past week because so much has been happening.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we didn't even get to post an episode last week
Yeah, unfortunately.
because of how crazy stuff was going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, Next week is going to be a different week.
Mm-hmm.
Very different.
So, did you lie at any point during this interview and we didn't catch you?
Nope. Are there cameras? Yes. That's why I said that.
I'm so confused. What did you say? Well, thank you so much, Aaron, for joining my show.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me on your
Yeah.
show. It was so fun.
Well, I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'll be inviting you back.
Oh.
You were not my favorite of guests, but
Who was your favorite guest?
it was still interesting. I don't think that it's fair to talk about this with you. Anyway, thank you so much to all my loyal viewers for paying me $100 per minute on this episode. And I hope you come back and continue to contribute that money. It's already been charged, so don't worry about having to put in your information. I already know it. So yeah, thanks for watching or listening or whatever you're doing. And I'll see you in the next one. I don't remember how you outro, so I had to I had a really hard time. Leave. Jeez. Guests just don't know how to take a hint.